Hello all, welcome back to Rogue Trader, course game operator, and narrator Soul. So, something funny happened during our trip down to the prison planet. Pretty much, we figured out that we were gonna be a little bit under-leveled for that run, or I don't know if it's maybe prison planet was in the first place to go to. I don't 100% know, but the first combat, the first big group fight there, really kicked our butts. So what I had done is I had spent 2 of our profit points, and I had actually gotten 2 characters built custom and put into our party. First one is going to be Tom Sear, and the other one is going to be Owlcat. And the Owlcat has been having a rough go in our other series, so I figured, hey, we'll bring Owlcat back in here and see if we can't get a little further along with them than what we've been having success rate in the other ones. So, what is the big little bit of importance? Well, for one, Owlcat is going to be a Voidborn Psyker, Sanctioned Psyker. Let's get into character here. Heretical, of course, because you can't be a Sanctioned Psyker without being heretical. The features that we've added for Owlcat, you can see all the stats here right to the side as well. We've given Owlcat analyze enemies, expose weakness, dismantling attack, which is all the basic stuff, but we've given them also Iron Arm. So Iron Arm actually gives plus 10 strength and toughness until the end of combat to one target. So I think Abelard is probably going to benefit from this greatly, as well as our new Tom Sear character, once we start getting some parts. So that being said, they are an operative, so we're going down that chain. The other thing to keep in mind too is, like I said, I spent two profit points on mercenary recruitment. Hopefully this doesn't turn around and cause any big issues. I'm assuming profit points are something you should be able to get, not quite regularly, but at least often enough to offset a lot of things, I'm thinking. But we'll have to see if that turns out to be a good thing or a bad thing. The other thing, the reason why I got Owlcat to be a Biomancer is because there's actually... where is it? Okay, it's not on this tree, but there is an ability for Owlcat to actually heal characters in combat, and that is something that we are sorely lacking. We have medkits, yes, but we also have a limited supply of medkits, so being able to use the warp to do some healing would probably be wildly beneficial. Now, on to Tom Sear. So, Tom is going to be a dogmatic blade dancer, also naval officer. So, melee weapon is going to be the jam. Weapon skills a little low, but I got Tom, so we would kind of fall a little bit more into... where is it? Got demolition, but I like tech use too. We don't have a tech priest. I think that might be something important, especially for the early bits. But we'll see how that one goes. So Blade Dancer is a melee specialist. Ideally. Gets Blade Dance, Death from Above, and Death Waltz. Sorry, let me go a little slower here. Blade Dance does 3 melee attacks, but does 50% of the normal damage. But it does not count toward the attack turn limit, so that's pretty nice. Death from Above actually allows the character to leap at a target and do a melee attack. And I believe Death Waltz... yeah. Does the same thing as Death from Above, but does it to 3 random targets. But it can do the same number of attacks to the same enemy. So if they happen to be, like, say, for example, only 1 enemy in melee, that would be beneficial for them to do. And so they are from a Forge world. They do get some skin armor, so enhanced movement, and dodge, and increased critical chance. So that's going to be very, very nice. Now, as far as everything else goes, I think that's probably all we're going to be doing for now on the ship. Well, actually, no, because I did mention... I think I mentioned in the last video about certain stations for our ship as well. If I didn't, I'm going to mention it again. Posts! We got a couple openings here. And we need a Shield Master. Ideally, going to be Owlcat, because that's a 50 to Void Shields. Master of Maneuvers. And Warp Channeler. Okay, so that's probably going to be, because that's 65. Owlcat's going in there. Seer can go into Shield Master, and Master of Maneuvers can be Abelard. I think that'd be good. So if we do wind up getting into ship combat, at least we do have some abilities on our hand and some enhancements that should help us hopefully get out of the way in time. We'll have to find out here shortly. But in the meantime, big thing on everyone's thought, let's get back down to the prison and actually get some work done. I don't know if this is going to be beneficial or not. Oh, inventory. We're going to have to do some changes here too. Okay, so Tom's got a pistol. And we don't have any melee weapons on hand. That is a little bit of a problem. We give him some flak armor though. Stub revolver. That's gonna be the same no matter what we do. I think we'll keep him in the stub revolver for now. Hopefully we find some bladed weapons or something. But for Hell's Cat, we're gonna go ahead and give you a staff. Sidearm on you as secondary. And no armor for you though. They're gonna be soft and squishy. Hopefully we do wind up getting access to something. Some sort of weapon loadout would be great.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I don't think I missed anything in the warden's office here. Didn't drop nothing. I was pretty thorough on everything. Yeah. Oh, I did not check down here though. Hey, look at that. Inspect the poster. Perception 95.
That wasn't so difficult.
Frequently moved. Open up, says me. Okay, we have some cargo. An improved auto pistol. And a prison shank. 4/18. Wow. I think we found our first bladed weapon for our blade dancer. I don't know if that's going to be wildly effective or not, but it's something.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Oh, and we got some knives. Okay. Prison shank, lower minimum damage, but extremely much higher maximum damage. What are we looking at here? Not for that. 4/18 armor pen is 10% damage reduction is 60. Yeah, we'll give you a stabby bit. It's something. It's something to start with anyways. Did I miss any other perception checks? Did miss a nimble prisoner. Chainmail. I missed the good stuff. That's just not cool. You can wear chainmail. 30 armor. That's better than the flak chest plate. Abelard's heavy leather armor is still better, though. Right. Psyker with flak plate. We should probably do some grenades. Let's do some grenade distribution as well. I think that'd be good. Alright, so not picking up anything else so far. Anything in the back? That's a negative. To the main level, then. Lord von Valancius, my greetings. May the light of eternal terror shine forever. The young man before you offers an impeccably courteous bow. He then straightens his back and looks you in the eye, not as a show of defiance, but with cool confidence. It is a gaze with which one graces an equal. Yvain Winterscale, younger son of Caligos Winterscale, at your service. I guess we better greet with decorum. Lord Solstrom von Valancius, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. As am I. Yvain's voice is soft and immaculately polite. Please accept my apologies for the slight breach of etiquette. Here and now is neither the best time nor place for protracted ceremony. Do you not wish to inquire why I now stand at the head of my house and not Theodora? A short-lived smile flashes across Yvain's face. I gather more than a few people have already put that question to you, or perhaps you expect to be accosted by such queries in the future. Honestly, I did not ask because I was afraid of being obtrusive and tactless. But to tell the truth, I am dying to know. Theodora perished in a cultist raid, one that took place right here in the Owlcat system. This is when I took the helm. Oh, please, accept my condolences. May Lady Theodora's soul be forever in Terra's eternal light. Yvain pauses for an appropriate length of time. So you are still new to your status, and you have not yet had your Magna Accessio, I presume. How fascinating. I do not believe I've ever had the fortune of meeting an individual with a fate so compelling as yours. I hope that one day you may grace me with your presence under more civil circumstances, Lord von Valancius. There is much I wish to ask you about. You yourself are the son of a rogue trader, are you not? So what is it about me you find so fascinating? My father has ruled for an exceptionally long time. He has already outlived 3 of his chroniclers. I would be far more interested in speaking to someone who has just recently acquired their first taste of power and responsibility. Besides, to be perfectly honest, Yvain appears to be slightly embarrassed. I am not exactly Caligos Winterscale's most favored descendant. I could count on one hand the number of times I've had meaningfully long conversations with my father, and for half of those conversations, we exchanged messages through an astropath. I think it prudent to say I've not exactly been lavished with the attention and insight of a rogue trader. Well, I'm not going to say that one. It would be my utmost pleasure to indulge you. I am delighted, and now I believe it's high time we return to discussing the far from delightful circumstances in which we currently find ourselves. Is there anything you could tell me about the Navis Nobilite station in this system? I know more than most, but less than one might expect. Our navigators are truly clueless. Yvain stops for a moment and glances forward. You can see he's aching to continue further into the prison, but he suppresses the urge to rush off. Iraq 5 station is a sovereign demesne of Navigator House Arcelio. As I said, they are remarkably reclusive, unwilling to interact with anyone, even the system's governor. Yvain pauses. However, House Arcelio has a direct agreement with House Winterscale. Several navigators of the house serve on my father's ships. That is why I was granted personal access to the station for emergency situations and important negotiations. I see a persuasion. I've been to the station twice. Alone, it is the master's demand that even guards and servants be left on the shuttle. By the throne, it is a bizarre place. Inexplicably, my emotions would shift from sudden trembling to carefree jubilation. For what reason, I cannot say. That station was far from uplifting. Every servant who tended me there had their tongue amputated. Well, I doubt such details are of interest to you. Once we are done here, I could try to contact the station and request access for you as well, but I am almost certain it will be for naught. Allow me the use of your access codes. My navigator is dead. If I failed to find a new one, the very first warp jump could spell disaster for my ship. As a nobleman and a scion of a rogue trader house, you are obligated to aid me. There's a long pause. Yvain peers at you, weighing something in his mind. Eventually, he lets out a sigh. It is an onerous task trusting someone at first glance, but I have a good feeling about you, Lord von Valancius. After all, people in our position can afford to be candid with one another. Absolutely not. Absolutely they cannot, Abelard mutters, barely audible. Lately, the Orcelios have been acting even more strangely than usual. They change their access codes with unreasonable frequency. Right before I left for Raikadi Philia, my comlink received a message. How can a blind man see the starry sky? I presume it is in the new passphrase. It is of little help to you. If it is of little help to you, you have my apologies. The navigators are a peculiar breed. Adira leans close to you and whispers in a conspiratorial tone. Lord Captain, while he's being all nice, why don't you ask him if you could borrow a few teensy planets of his? And later, if he asks for them back, you can just say you can't remember where you left them. Trust me, works every time. Now let us discuss the matter at hand. You're here to end the riot, are you not? Yvain's expression is grave. Indeed, it is a personal matter, if you will, and not simply because this incident occurred in the system that belongs to my father. The prison warden, Anne, he used to be a close friend of mine once. I want to give him a chance to come to his senses, to lay down his weapons and stop this senseless uprising. The warden is clearly not of sound mind. He performed inhumane experiments on prisoners. Acts of sheer brutality. Experiments? Atrocities? I believe you, but that sounds nothing like him. For as long as I've known him, Han has always been a thinker, a dreamer even. He would dig up these ancient books, studying societal models and theories. He was obsessed with ideals. There are priests within the ecclesiarchy who would call it heresy to view the society of the Imperium as anything but perfect. However, I believe that Han only wanted what he thought was best. I only wish I knew where that road had taken him. Idiria, scoffing. Yeah, I've known a few dreamers like that myself. They always want what's best, but somehow it always ends in heresy. Back in my world, there was a big shot who was really into dental hygiene, to spare his people from pain. He started pulling out all their rotten teeth, but he got slightly carried away and started pulling healthy ones too, sometimes along with the jaw. Preventative care, he called it. So a mob of toothless servants ended up tearing his kindly head clean off. It was preventative too, you see. That little noggin of his was rotten through and through. The desire to help a friend is a noble one. My father would disagree, Yvain smirks wryly. Thankfully, he is not here. You came here with naught but a single shuttle's worth of guards. Do you not think it foolhardy? So did you, Yvain smiles. I had my doubts, of course. But I am not Governor Medina. I refuse to sit idle in the safety of a bunker. I wanted to do something, and I thought arriving with a light escort would show Anne the sincerity of my intentions. Had I arrived at the head of a whole unit, I would not fault Anne for assuming this was an assault. Where's the warden now? He's up ahead somewhere, and further below. We exchanged a few words over the Vox, and he said he would meet me in the quarry behind the prison building. Strange choice for negotiations, but those were his conditions. There is worry in his voice. Very well. In that case, I shall accompany you. I must admit, I do appreciate your company. This prison has given me a strong sense of unease. But the lift cannot support both our parties. If you're going ahead, wait for us in the quarry, and we will follow shortly. All right. On to the pits. Okay. See one awoken prisoner. What else do I see? I see a door. I think I'll grab that door. Crack it open, Hell's Cats.
I rise to the occasion.
The evidence suggests that the victim was killed by poison gas. That is disconcerting. The glass-making furnace was used to melt the extracted sand into glass. That sounds about right. Goods. All goods. Extra goods. We got fire grenades, force grenades, and melted charges. I am going to share those grenades. Does not have grenades. I dare say, I think everybody's got some. Throw a force grenade in there as well.
Know your duty.
Well, there's the good warden. That's a lot of prisoners. Okay. Odd place for a meeting. How close can I get? That close. Everything in the appearance of the man walking toward you, his every gesture and his very demeanor, speak of his noble birth. This creates a stark contrast with his hair, a matted knot that clearly has not seen a brush in weeks, and his crumpled and filthy clothing. His face is pale, and his eyes burn feverishly. Who are you? I was expecting my friend Yvain, not an intrusion. Then your wait is over, Anne. Yvain takes a step forward. However, I do not come alone. I am accompanied by the Honorable Lord Juan Van Lancius. The man shoots you a piercing glare. I should have guessed it would be you. What do you want, enemy of Aurora? The warden's words are suddenly drowned out by a chorus of voices in your head. The entity that still dwells in the recesses of your mind rejoices in a cacophony of cries. This place, it holds great significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out the words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was opened, for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after a centuries-long search. That pit. There's something special about it, is there not? Item of value is once buried there. Now tell me, Warden, what was this item and who took it from here? The warden's gaze bores into you, and he smiles with the corners of his lips. You are too late, enemy of the truth. This bastion has already fulfilled its great purpose. You will never find the trail of the reclaimed relic that now rests in the hands of the devout. Who's Aurora? Ah, so you managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's designs without even knowing who she is? But it is too late now. You will never attain sight. All you can do now is accept your fate. He suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. Do not like it when the people take the prophetess Aurora's name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of the truth. Wait! The warden raises his hand, and the maimed people start thrashing about in their death throes. The time for words has passed, Yvain. Has passed. Optimists, give your power to this harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash with blood. Oh, good. So, what to do? Abelard, I want to put you right here. You start engaging everybody. Our psychers in the corners. Sister Argenta. put you right there. You're gonna shuffle you sideways. I think we do some burst fire here. You got your little dagger, so I'll have you flank from this side. So get up in there and I think we'll be good to go. I was gonna say, oh, tower sniper. Nope. Ow. Good shot. Especially since how he just gibbed his friend. Ha! Abelard. Give me brace for impact. And give me endure. Oh, do I charge? Yes. Good kill. This guard's a little tougher than most. Either way, we'll tie him up.
Death to non-believers! Hold on. Let's get to it. Brace yourself, Abelard.
Good brace. Good parry. Guys in the back I want to take care of. Get a deer up here. Give Abelard some extra bonuses. Warden will go ahead and analyze. I can jumpstart a few.
On it.
Good. Do we expose? Actually, let's wait a turn. I want Hell's Cat to get analyzed on the Warden here as well. These are a doom stack. At all costs up. Voice of command. Give me. Yeah, let's get Abelard on this one. Now with this shotgun pistol. Be better. That's no risk of damage or injury. That is... I guess kind of pick and choose.
Actions will...
That works.
Rejoice in service.
How about I do some cleanup, please?
It will be done. Reduced to dust.
Another endure would be perfect.
I am your doom.
Stay vigilant.
And Sister Agenda taking hits. All right, Tom. And nice and close.
Nothing I can't do.
With the lovely stabby bits. What are these abilities? I need all my abilities for Blade Dance. Okay. And I need a clear spot for Death from Above. Okay. Good to know. In the meantime, the stabby bit's going.
Suits my purposes.
Perfect.
Out of my way!
Ow. Magenta.
Guided by faith.
Probably should have done
I'll do it.
previous recital first. What's our hit chances? That one is 3%. That one, I think. Pretty much a guaranteed hit.
Doubt is for the weak.
Kind of. You get more accurate than that? Yeah, 2 hits. Hell's Cats. What do we want here? Let's give Biomancy to Abelard.
Already done. All too easy.
And let's stack this exposed weakness here.
Can't do.
Perfect. I switched to a pistol. You have a shot.
Not a problem for me.
Yeah. That's a miss. Also, I think Cat's voice is kind of bugged. Good shot.
Let's make it quick!
I'm hearing a very pious gentleman's voice here. I know I did not pick that. And you're...
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Oh. Okay. Oh, Unholy Lens. It's right in the name. Okay. Well, I think we got ourselves a new target here to deal with.
At your beck and call.
And I did not actually slash the lens.
Here we go! Let's get to it!
Swing and a miss. And we're pretty much out of range for everything here. Let's
Anything
put
else?
the axe or the put the scepter to the lens here and see what we get. I'm going to save that. That is very much something worth saving. Also, I don't think Abelard was a good choice to get in here and do this. Exhibit right now.
Resides in the will of the righteous.
Smash the lens.
I will do like you. At your beck and call.
Lens down. Get back out here into the fight. I didn't equip you with a pistol. Because why would you need a pistol? You're supposed to be in melee the entire time. Cannot cast on Abelard. You can cast on Magenta though. Once I get line of sight.
My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet, and so shall it be done.
Be better. Be good.
I won't suffer this.
Unavailable. Oh, grenades. How far can I throw? Not that far. Unfortunately, that's about as far as I can go.
Break them morale.
I swear this is 100% because I have a gun. My offhand. These abilities are not showing up. I'll have to change that. For now, though, not really much I can do. We do have a lens behind us.
Nothing I can't do.
Start working on that.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Come closer, guard.
I hope to meet the same end.
Ooh, Kit. Sister Argenta is down. And that is a crippled leg. Agility reduced by 20.
I'll pass.
Well, I know I said I'd like a healer, but we don't actually have the ability to heal yet.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Yeah, that is certainly not the voice I chose. Analyze on you. And can I hit this bloody lens? I can.
Done.
Not quite enough.
Why did I not foresee this?
Ow. This I can close
Tried and
with.
tested tactics are the best ones.
We'll certainly do a charge. Ooh, good parry.
At your beck and call.
Not gonna stop you forever, though.
Hold on.
No parry for me, though.
Duty go hand in hand.
Will do.
This might be a little bit of a reach.
What is this foreboding?
I fully intend to do a scream here.
But of course,
Analyze. Let's do an expose.
will do.
Give you all your penalties.
Be gone.
Pop that dude's head.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens.
And that's already down.
I can't allow myself to do this.
He's too far away. Blah. We could take some cover here. Don't know if it's going to do much. I can't hit the lens, though. And missed. Well, if we're going to be having problems like this, can I... Let's end the combat. Let's get
Suits my purposes.
soul boosted then. More stacks.
Nothing I can't do.
More stacks.
Already done.
That's another miss.
Let's get
Guards causing problems. Ooh, good dodge. At least one of them, anyways.
It will be done.
Endure here. Yeah, slowly picking away at him. Good parry, Abelard. Here, let's get over here.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Anything else?
Can I can scream at him. Ooh, not enough to make his head pop. Yeah. Get her orders out, and you're drawing fire, I think, here for this one. I'm still too far away from that lens. Good shot, Evane.
All too easy.
And we're getting some damage on the lens now. The hell's cat? Let's get a little closer.
Nothing I can't do.
Analyze. Let me get that popped. %, landed the hit. Not bad.
let's make it quick.
That lens is going to have to go down before we can kill the warden. Quite the whiff there, bud. And I'm going to endure again.
It's imminent. I'd rather not.
Chipping away. Good parry. Keeping the boss tied up. All right.
Cover me.
And let's give Abelard a little boost.
Was that you? Or
Can I scream at this thing? No. Force grenade? Yes. Is it worth it? It's 3 damage. I say probably not. If I kill him, the lens is already active. Is it going to spawn him in again? Potentially. Let's save. That's tall cover there. I don't know if I will shoot through it. Can't even hit that.
The Emperor commands.
Oh, and he dodged and he moved.
This is beyond me.
Give that to Tom.
Rejoice in service.
Ooh.
Forge ahead.
I have to put the prison shank to it. I will. Will lightning work? No.
Absolutely not.
That's the end of the fight.
Not a problem for me.
Come on, baby, smash the lens. No, that's like 2 hit points. Ow. If Agenda wasn't killed, or knocked down, I guess is the right word for it, we'd probably be able to do this. I'm gonna whip this right here.
It will be done.
Despite the wound. I cannot charge. That's understandable.
At your back.
We endured it. We're good. Stop shooting at me. Good parry. I'm pretty sure we can kill him now. Oh, no critical.
And so it shall be done.
I just reloaded for no reason. Get up here and hit him with the sword.
Rejoice in service.
And pistol shots. That's gonna have a punch through.
I shall not fear.
Let's give you a good taste of the old prison shank.
Already.
Very nice. Levels for everybody. Yvain approaches the body of his friend and remains silent for some time. Then he looks at the quarry. His gaze is dark. Everything here must be purged with fire. And what have you done? Curious indeed. Just what exactly has he done here? I do not know, nor do I want to know. These ravaged people, this strange glass, all this talk of Aurora. These are abundantly clear signs of lunacy and heresy. I wish I could understand how the man I knew came to be this way, but one should not peer into the abyss. You've got that right. The abyss happily swallows up wretched commoners and polished aristocrats alike, and it likes naive idealists best of all. Dira smiles bitterly at Yvain before turning her gaze on the remains of his former friends. I invite you aboard my ship, Yvain. I would like to continue our acquaintance. I thank you for the invitation, and accept it gladly. I will arrive by my shuttle in a little while. If you'll excuse me, I would like to be alone for the time being. That's fair. In the meantime, though, loot for me. What do we got? Axe is going to cargo. Ooh. Black chest plate. Crew body glove. Noble sword. Precise las pistol. And a Toby pattern and las gun. Yoink. Gonna grab all that. Then the other stuff back here. Toby. Black chest plate. Got goods right here. That's just a stub revolver. Goods up here. Goods up here. Oh. All into cargo. Anything secret around here? Anything? Your eye is drawn to the shards of the enormous lens scattered around the broken device. First, you are uncertain as to what troubles you, but suddenly the realization hits you. The glass shimmers in a unique way. Just the same way as the shards of the unknown broken object you found near Theodora von Valancia's desk. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Are you so interested in... Abelard trails off when he notices what you're looking at. He instantly makes the connection. By the Imperium Saints, it cannot be! Dira bites her lip. I see it too. Whatever that thing in her study was, it was made from the same materials as this junk. What? What? Abelard is at a loss for words. He takes a moment to collect himself, and all at once they start pouring out in a hasty sputter. It's a mistake! Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. First, those meetings of the arch-enemy murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now... This cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Come now, Abelard. Remember what she was like. Dira's smile betrays her grief, but at the same time, it is strangely knowing. Brazen, assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against fate, until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone headfirst into a black hole if she thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else out in the expanse. If we could just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why she went to get it during the attack. Sister Argenta's beautiful face is full of grief. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood. But do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. The sister's words ring with the genuine, sincere hope that you be blessed with a worthier fate. She does not appear to be shocked by the news of Theodora's possible heresy. Life must be so easy for you sanctimonious preachers. A dubious trinket, and you no longer see a person, you see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. There's enough venom in Idiria's voice to poison an entire regiment. Argenta recoils, but the next moment her dark eyes ignite with fury. How dare you admonish me? We are speaking of abetting the archenemy. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never justify their actions. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make sense of anything else when you could just label them a heretic and call it a day? Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side even for a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullying her memory. You weren't surprised or upset. You just gave up on her and moved on. Oof. I have one side or the other, and then the fifth option is like nothing. I'm not going to say anything. Nope. I am not playing that game. Nope. Not even close. Not even close. Let's do the levels back up on the ship, I think. If we are done, I think we're done.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
We're still glowy. Ha ha ha. Let's get this door open and get out of here. Not a bad little first drop, I guess. Aside from the first fight, that one was rough. It's significantly easier. Uh-oh. Alright, what is this? Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obscenity. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel, followed by a weary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations, or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Dear Idria. I am losing my voice. Idira. Come on, Soul, you can remember that. Dira joins the channel and chimes in playfully. But don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that, so our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine's spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's task considerably more difficult. And High Factotum Generis Danarok would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. Okay. Allow me to grab a sip of water here. Where are you, Factotum? The High Factotum Janus Danrock greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Vigdis informed me of a problem about the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Danrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably light. Tight, not light. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of those servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. Do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments, pending your decision. I wish to take a look at these servitors before deciding their fate. As you wish, your lordship. Oh no. More reading. Here we go. Alright. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position they assumed after they'd been corralled into the bay. All standing in a long spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gates, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one. As if obeying a command, the servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons. But then the servitors went still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath. Disturbed by this sight, we waited for the Lord Captain to speak. I am going to take several steps towards the servitor. Immediately, the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped toward the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and, after a moment's thought, waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the head, a wave of a hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. We're going to examine the servitors. As High Factotum, it was I who prompted the entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under the copper collars inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly, and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animated half-machines and half-people, the Lord Captain stepped away from the servitors. Yes. I'm going to demand a report on the defective unit status for the Technomats. The Technomats' long-winded and detailed report could have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' abnormal behavior, they were still quite capable of carrying out tasks, and therefore the circumstances did not call for their termination. I'm going to order that one of the servitors be disassembled and its components investigated. A group of Technomats hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitor's mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. Sutures between its wrinkled pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare. We watched the Technomats do their work and could see every centimeter of the servitor's stiff muscles, abounding with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and analysis complete, the Technomats concurred. The unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that lay before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At that moment, all of us present discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and heads of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanized servants were overcome with some primordial terror. We are going to announce our decision. His lordship looked at me with unwavering resolve, and it was that confidence that wrenched me out of the nightmare stupor that had me tensely observing the scene unfolding before me. We are going to go iconoclast, because, well, we're doing an iconoclast run. We're going to dispose of the servitors so that their human souls may be released from torment. What are the other ones? Dogmatic is to send the servitors back to toil as if they had toiled before, for they had not yet paid their dues for the crimes of their past lives, and thus did not deserve clemency. You could also just straight up destroy the servitors, for what was happening to them could spell horrific heresy. Or leave the servitors to the work, for there was nothing in the behavior that the Lord Captain found alarming. Now we're going to do iconoclast. The Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in furnaces, and the remains were expelled into the void. The crew was provided with replacement servitors, and soon forgot all about the destroyed unit's peculiarities. Yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord Captain from his mission. Perfect. All right, let's start looking at some of our levels here, shall we? Hey, click. Clickety-click. What do we want to do here first? Ooh. Could be vigilant. We got Blood of Martyrs. Focus. Bonus perception and ballistic skill equal to 4. And Inspire Courage. When an officer targets an ally with the ability the first time in a round, that ally gains 3 temporary wounds. Increased resolve when targeted by an ability. It's my resolve. Temporary wounds. Does not stack. That's very important. That's very big. Be vigilant. That's +8. And then another +5 on attacks of opportunity. +8 to weapon skill whenever you're under the effect of the officer's orders. I think that's really good. And for you, no, that's not ballistic skill, it's weapon skill, so for the blade. Which I really think... I don't know what to think on that one. We gave you ballistic. Hell's Cat. As for you, what do we want you to have? This one's probably going to be a little bit more tough because I don't 100% know what is a good Psyker ability. What do we have? We have instant exposure already. Fresh target. Increased damage. Tide of Excellence. Yeah, we could look at some of these Psyker abilities. Well, the Psyker is not in the target's line of sight or the Psyker is in cover. All resistant tests of the target suffer a -4 penalty. That's kind of funny. I know there's a witch out there somewhere. Additional 3 damage when 6 cells are further away from the target. From the Psyker, sorry. Strengthening damage powers. 25% chance to regain AP spent on psychic powers. When Veil degradation is 10 or lower, that is an incredibly very small number. A very small number. I have my doubts. I might just grab joint offensive operative allies gain 2% hit chances, critical hit chance while targeting attacks under affected by exploits. That just sounds like it might be beneficial for the current build. As far as you go, want more intelligence? Somebody already has. Yeah, that boosts everything. On to our Blade Dancer! Blade Dancer, oh Blade Dancer, what shall you have? Acrobatic Artistry. Immediately returns to the cell where they started their turn. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. If the Blade Dancer uses death from above, this turn the movement repeats all uses of this ability in reverse. So jumps forward. That's not Death Waltz. Yeah, use death from above. It's pretty much a leap back into your original starting position. Okay. With a vengeance. Costs wounds to use. No, thank you. Wounds to use. No, thank you. We can't do it. We can't do it until we start getting some heals. That's wounds. Next attack inflicts bleeding on all bleeding 7 on all targets. Must pass a toughness resistance test with -18 penalty or become immobilized for 1 round. All enemies immobilized by captive audience count as full cover for the Blade Dancer and the allies when adjacent to those enemies. That's pretty neat. But I think the ability to jump in, stab somebody, and jump back out is pretty good too. So we'll do that. And we're probably going to go with athletics, I'm going to assume, seeing as how athletics seems to be fairly large and important for a Blade Dancer. At least that's what I would choose. Athletics currently at 40. I think this is a good choice. Sister Argenta. Any more ballistic skill? Not even a question. What do we want to do? Yeah, controlled shots. Gives a sign they're about to open fire. So soldier and their allies will automatically dodge soldier's next attack. So if we have like a group of us together all around one enemy, or if she has to shoot through somebody, we could use that. Dash in a selected direction. Spending on movement points. No attacks of opportunity. Next, ranged area attack made by the soldier deals 100% damage, has 20% dodge reduction. Spend all AP and MP and gain 30% bonus to cover efficiency. The next time the soldier uses run and gun, they gain back all spent AP and MP plus 1 additional AP. And resets all cooldowns. I'm thinking like entrench is nice. Gonna hunker for a turn. But controlled shot might be a good option too. So this is pretty much one turn. You don't do anything, but you get increased cover. And then the next turn you do like have a bunch of abilities. There's nothing here stating about anything about being restricted though. Because usually when you attack, that's it. You get one attack. Unless it states that there's going to be no restrictions on that. I'm going to say controlled shot. Good or bad, we'll find out later. Dear, what do you want? When the operator's perception bonus is 10 or higher, they gain plus 1 AP and ignore enemies' deflection. Joint offensive might also be good on that one too. Let's give you or perception. Sure. Abelard. We're going to give you what is Reckless Strike? Next melee attack gains 20% armor penetration and 8% damage and ignores 12% of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. Nope. Sworn enemy. Warrior marks a target, gaining 20% armor and 6 damage on melee attacks against the target. Target attacks the warrior during this round. The warrior gains plus 1 AP once per round. Not bad. Warrior gains slash ability with 1 charge for this round. Slash can be used the same round as charge. This allows us to dash through an enemy. 50% reduced damage. Pushes enemy away. And this turns everybody in Abelard pretty much into a provoker. Let's do... I'm gonna say sworn enemy. Yeah. Sworn enemy. What do we want? Athletics. Carouse. Resistance, coercion. Maybe Carouse. We're already at 55 though. Athletics is... I know that's agility. I was thinking about dodge. We'll give you Carouse. More resistance is better, I guess, at the end of the day. You're not getting poisoned, that means you're just living. And life is good. Also, let's swing by and have a look at some of the gear here, just in case. Start with your present shank. That could probably go away, but we're going to give you... What is this? Noble sword. Strike and cleave. This is just strike. Like, that's wild on that one. Damage is wild on it. I dare say giving you a proper sword is probably the good way to do it. And hopefully that fixes that issue where you're not getting your abilities. True body glove. Not really much of an issue for the chain, man. What else shall we do here with you? Definitely better armor for you. Increase dodge, slight reduction in armor by 5%. I say that's better. I would say that is better. I may even dare say that's better. Abelard. Sights last pistol or stub revolver. That has an additional hit chance of 15%. There's your sidearm. You get that one, and you can have that one as well. Perfect. I would call that good. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, by all means, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to support the channel at all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment on down below. Every little bit does help, especially with the brand new series. If you can share, do all the YouTube stuff, it certainly does help fight the algorithm. In the meantime, everybody, please stay warm, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, all.
I'm inbound on your starboard. 7 high tech. Eat this, toaster. Target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.